Scene opens with dramatic music and footage of a desolate road surrounded by dense woods. Narrator, in a bold, confident tone. What would you do if you found yourself alone on a desolate road? A chilling sound piercing the eerie silence. Is it the haunting call of nature, or something far more disturbing? Cut to footage of a bear walking through the woods, interspersed with images of a rural landscape. Narrator, asterisk, this is exactly what happened to a local bear, known to residents as Baxter, on an ordinary morning that became anything but ordinary. Baxter, a majestic creature roaming freely in his territory, stumbled upon an abandoned crying boy on the side of the road. Yes, you heard that right, a boy left all alone, his wails echoing like a surreal siren amid the towering pines. Dramatic pause, tension builds with the sound of the boy's faint cries. Narrator, asterisk, but how did this boy end up here? An image of innocence abandoned in the wild, he seemed to hold the weight of an untold story. Was he lost? Had he wandered away from home? Or in a darker twist of fate, could it be something more sinister? Cut to close-up shots of the bear's curious eyes and the boy's frightened face. Narrator, asterisk, as Baxter approached, the world held its breath. A creature of instinct, curious yet cautious, the bear was drawn to the sound. But this wasn't a monster, it was an opportunity. An opportunity for connection, understanding, and perhaps a moment of profound insight. Intensify the music as the camera focuses on the bear slowly moving closer to the boy. Narrator, asterisk, in a moment that defied the natural order, Baxter stepped forward. Surrounded by chaos, there existed a curious calm. The boy's cries faded into quiet whimpers as the bear loomed closer. Baxter's massive form overshadowed the small child, and as the bear sniffed the air, something remarkable happened. An uncanny sense of empathy surfaced. Footage of wildlife experts analyzing the situation, overlaying their commentary, expert voiceover. Asterisk, bears are often misunderstood creatures, driven by instinct, yet capable of complex social interactions. What unfolds here challenges our perception. Is it possible that Baxter sensed the boy's distress? Narrator resumes, building suspense with rich visuals of nature contrasted against human emotion. Narrator, asterisk, as the seconds stretched into what felt like hours, the boy's gaze locked onto the bear. While one was a predator, the other an innocent child, their worlds collided in a surreal dance of fate. But what could a bear offer a lost child? Comfort, understanding, perhaps an unspoken bond that extended beyond words. Transition to footage of nearby townsfolk hearing the boy's cries and rushing to the scene. Narrator, asterisk, the scene drew attention. Townsfolk, alerted by the sound of a child in distress, rushed to the road. But the impacts of human intervention loomed heavy. Would the arrival of fairness lead to safety or chaos? The true story was only just beginning. The sound of heavy footsteps and shouting voices. Narrator, asterisk, was the bear simply acting on instinct, or had it become a guardian in a world where guardians sometimes fail? As the townspeople converged on the scene, the complex interplay of instincts, fears, and compassion created a moment that would leave everyone astonished. Clip builds to an emotional climax, showcasing the wild beauty of nature intertwined with the battle for humanity. Narrator, their intervention would reveal what happens when desperation meets courage, and nature confronts humanity. What unfolded on that fateful day would not only shape the lives involved but raise questions about our relationship with the wild, the lost, and the cries that echo in the silence. Narrator, in a bold, confident tone, imagine this. You're driving along a lonely stretch of road when suddenly your ears catch the sound of a child's cries echoing through the trees. Intriguing, isn't it? But what if I told you that these cries were discovered not by a passing car but by a wandering bear? This shocking encounter has sparked questions that delve deep into the instincts of nature and the fabric of humanity itself. Narrator, asterisk, meet Baxter, a hefty black bear known to roam these parts. His existence, typically shrouded in whispers of fear and fascination, would soon take a shocking turn. One fateful afternoon, while navigating through the dense foliage, Baxter's acute senses picked up something unusual, a heart-wrenching sound that pulled at the threads of nature's tapestry. It was the unmistakable wail of a boy, abandoned and alone. Narrator, asterisk, but how did this child end up there? Left behind on this desolate stretch of road, he was a figure of innocence ensconced in an overwhelming wilderness. Questions spiraled through the minds of those who learned of his plight. Was it negligence or a sinister turn of fate? Narrator, asterisk, as Baxter approached, instinct driving his every move, observers were left in a gripping dilemma. What would this encounter yield? A predator meeting prey, or perhaps something far more complex? In that moment of uncertainty, when the wild collides with the frailty of human experience, nature provides us with a mirror reflecting our deepest fears and hopes. Narrator, asterisk, in a world often defined by conflict, this bear stepped forward not with aggression but with a rare tenderness. As he moved closer, the boy's cries became muffled, replaced by a stillness that enveloped them both. Was it possible for a creature of such size and power to feel empathy, or was this simply an instinctual response? Expert voiceover, asterisk, bears, like us, experience a range of emotions. While often painted as savage beasts, they have social bonds and can respond to emotional stimuli. Baxter's approach could symbolize a protective instinct, transcending the expected predator-prey dynamic. Narrator, asterisk, as the moment stretched, the boy's mind raced. Was the creature before him a threat or a guardian? Baxter seemed to sense the struggle within the boy, an emotional turbulence that mirrored his own existence. Here in this charged moment, primal instincts met the innocent vulnerability of childhood. Narrator, asterisk, but as the townspeople drew near, a cacophony of human intervention shattered the fragile calm. Would their presence bring safety or chaos? In that instant, the delicate balance was at stake. The intervention of humanity could either rescue a lost child or unleash an unexpected tumult within the wild. Narrator, asterisk, now the true question loomed. What would happen next? Would this encounter lead to redemption or escalate into a harrowing confrontation? As tensions mounted, we were all left to wonder, what does it mean to coexist in a world where the boundaries between man and beast blur? Narrator, in a bold, confident tone, what if I told you that a single encounter between a wild bear and an abandoned child could shatter everything you thought you knew about instinct, empathy, and the primal ties that bind us all? This is the gripping tale that left an entire community questioning the nature of humanity itself. Narrator, asterisk, on an ordinary morning, way off the beaten path, a lonely stretch of road bore witness to an extraordinary event. Baxter, a massive black bear known for his roams through these woods, found something he never expected: the haunting cries of a child, a boy, lost and alone, abandoned at the side of the road, drawing in the very essence of vulnerability. Narrator, asterisk, how did he get there? Was it a moment of neglect or a tear in the fabric of safety that we so blindly rely on? Most unsettling of all, what compelled an innocent boy to wander into the heart of danger? These questions would soon curl around the minds of onlookers and experts alike, illuminating the shadows cast by both negligence and instinct. Narrator, asterisk, Baxter's approach was methodical, his instincts guiding him toward the source of distress. In that split second, a scene unfolded that was both heartwarming and charged with tension. As the bear drew nearer, the boy's cries softened. Was it fear that smothered his voice, or did he sense something deeper, a profound connection in the face of the unknown? Expert voiceover, asterisk, bears have been documented to exhibit protective behaviors. They possess the ability to recognize distress signals. Could it be that Baxter, a creature often confined to the role of antagonist in fairy tales, was capable of something resembling compassion? Narrator, asterisk, as Baxter loomed above him, perhaps this wasn't a predator meeting prey. Perhaps it was a moment of synchronicity in a chaotic world. Curiosity overpowered fear, and the two became ensnared in an unspoken bond, one defined not by instinct alone but by an inexplicable understanding. Narrator, asterisk, but fate offers no favors. The calm was short-lived as the townsfolk, alerted by the boy's cries, began racing towards the scene. What would the intrusion of humanity mean for this unlikely encounter? Would they save the boy, or would their presence escalate tension in a moment where calm had just begun to settle? Narrator, asterisk, as a wave of human intervention surged forward, the delicate equilibrium shifted. Their motives were pure, yet often, the impulse to protect can lead to unforeseen chaos. In those fleeting moments, the convergence of man and beast reached a fever pitch. Narrator, asterisk, in the midst of this chaos, who truly holds the power? The boy, vulnerable yet resilient, or Baxter, the embodiment of untamed nature? What unfolds next will leave you questioning everything you believe about the intersection of human emotions and the animal kingdom. The lines between danger and guardianship were about to blur in ways nobody could have anticipated.